Hello everyone, how are you today? In my neighborhood it's been raining cats and dogs the entire morning and afternoon, and I just thought what a nice day to just enjoy the weather for what it is without complaining. And today I wanted to share with you my secret to a good kitchen where you can efficiently cook and share your meals in a jiffy with these masala boxes. We call it Anjannai Petti, and usually Anjannai means 5 boxes in one, but nowadays we have 6 and 7 and 8, and it is endless. But how efficiently you can use boxes in the kitchen to make your work easy and fun. And I use not just one box or one spice rack, but I use 3 different kinds. One for my seasonings or tadka, and the other one for my masalas, and one for my spices, whole spices that I usually use in my biryani and my apple cider drink that I make for Christmas, and many other purposes. So today I wanted to walk you through and show you how you can get your own box, and also how efficient it is in the kitchen if you have never used one. So let's go ahead to my kitchen and I'll show you all my 3 boxes. Hope this is useful. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe, and at the same time let me know in the comment box what is your best way to use your masala box, and if you have never used, would you be wanting to try one? So let me know. Okay, so let's head up to my kitchen and let's see what I have. So this is how my masala boxes stack up in my pantry or in my cubby. And this is the whole spices that I use for biryani. This is my powders, and this is my seasoning. It is all 3 different sizes and in diameter, so I know which is what without even thinking twice. And it definitely adds a great deal of convenience instead of the standard stacked up on the counter spice rack that you get in the American stores. So this is all found in the Indian store, and I've used this for almost 20-25 years of me being in the kitchen, and it is sturdy enough that I can wash it, throw it in the dishwasher and get it cleaned once in a while, and very user friendly, and it's never failed me, and I've been a great fan of these, so I don't have to open multiple boxes and just in one shot get it all done. So these are the 3 masala boxes that I use, or Anjannai Petti they call it back home. And I have 3 because one is for the seasonings or tadka. So anytime we are making a vegetable or sambar or any traditional Indian cooking, it always starts with a tadka or seasonings. And it's usually the mustard seeds, fenugreek, and then the urad dal and cumin seeds, and the rest are all based on what we're making. And these are peppercorns, whole peppercorns that we use. So in general, I have mustard seeds, fennel seeds, coriander seeds, fenugreek, cumin, urad dal, and peppercorns. And sometimes you can even add caraway seeds, or depending on what you're cooking or what you're usually used to cooking in the kitchen, you would add that. So that's what's happening with my spice or tadka box. Let's move on to the lid of my spice box. This has chilies of different kinds. I have the Kashmiri red chilies and the usual sambar or sauteing chilies. And I also have a Ziploc bag of curry leaves. If curry leaves are off season, then I use the dehydrated ones. I know it doesn't pack the same flavor, but something is better than nothing. So right now when it's raining and it's cold, all the leaves in my plant actually withered away. So I'm using the dehydrated ones, and always keep an eye out in the grocery store for the fresh green ones. It actually adds a lot of flavor. So let's move on from our spice box to our powder box. Here I have Kashmiri red chili, which is actually used for coloring rather than adding heat. So I usually will add this if I want the color to be intense and red and appealing. Otherwise I don't. And this is cayenne red chili powder. It adds a punch, very hot. And then we have garam masala, Each family has their own concoction. And if I'm making a Chettinadu garam masala, I would whip it up in my own kitchen with the ingredients. But this is store-bought, and there's multiple brands in the Indian store that you can pick on and find out which suits your style of cooking. And then we have fennel powder. Again, this I buy the whole fennel and grind it at home because it adds a lot of freshness when you do it yourself. And this is cumin powder and turmeric powder and whole dhania powder or coriander powder. And turmeric powder, I usually pick it up in the Indian store, way cheaper than in the American store or at Costco. So please make a note that you can buy a 4-pound bag of turmeric powder for about $32 in the Indian store, whereas you get about 8 ounce for the same $32 at the American store or Costco. So beware of that. And move on to our whole spice rack or spice box. So here is interesting. This is what I use for my biryanis or fried rice or ghee rice, and it turns excellent, and everything is in one spot, so I don't have to open multiple boxes to make one dish. So I have my whole green cardamoms. This is the black cardamom. This is mostly for pulav, whereas this I would use for my biryani. Green one is always preferred for your kurma or gravies, and this one is mainly for North Indian dishes. And I rarely use it, but I just keep it handy in case, just in case. And this is pieces and bits of star anise that I use. I'm out of it, so I just had these last bits. I need to go pick up some. But star anise again is for all the biryanis and pulavs. Then you have cloves. This is nutmeg flower. They call it Marathi moggu. I don't know what exactly they call in English. But anyway, this is where your nutmeg comes from. Okay? And nutmeg, again, I keep it in my spice box because sometimes I grate it into my desserts and soups. My pumpkin spice soup needs nutmeg, and my carrot cake needs some nutmeg. So I usually use the fresh one, and it really enhances the flavor a great deal. So this is Marathi moggu, or the flower of nutmeg. And then we have cinnamon sticks. Cinnamon sticks are great in all my the biryanis, and of course you use it for my apple cider that I make during Christmas. So pretty much all these spices, and this one, though it doesn't look appealing, is my favorite because I use it in my Chettinadu preparations, and it enhances the flavor amazingly. A little goes a long way. I would probably use like a small portion, and that makes a great impact in that particular Chettinadu preparations. And then in the lid of the spice box, I have my dried ginger that I use for my the yellow milk that I make. I don't use fresh ginger. It's always dry ginger. We call it chukka. And we just pound it and use it in the yellow milk. Doesn't irritate your throat. And these are fresh bay leaves. One of my friend has a bay leaf tree, and I always grab it from her, and it is so much flavorful than the ones you get in the store. So definitely get a friend who has a bay leaf plant or tree. Okay, and of course this is the nutmeg. This is one version and this is the other version. There's two different colors, but both are nutmeg. I think one is probably more mature than the other, so the color is different. But yeah, this is what is my spice rack. I keep all the three stacked one over the other, so it doesn't take up much space. And each time I start cooking, I'll just pull out the box that I need. If I'm making a sabji, I'll just grab this and later maybe add a little bit if I need it. And of course for biryani and pulav and fried rice, I pull out my spice one. So let me know how you like this video and what do you think. And if you use one, how does yours look? Let me know. Okay. So like, share and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.